It's Dizzy. I'm out at the farm in my horse pasture, and if you spend any time watching my videos, you may notice that the field looks a little bit different. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to see if you can figure out what it is. Don't know why licorice isn't back here, seeing as a fat thing loves to eat. In case you can't figure it out, shortly after I moved down into this area, I split the field in half to do rotational grazing. This is where the center line was. Had posts running down here, and a post up there is where the fence charger was. It's still on there. However, the posts in the center are no longer here. Instead, I have posts there and posts over here with an aisleway about 15 foot long, 15 foot wide over here. So instead of having the pasture split into half, it's split into thirds. Now, there are a few different reasons why I did this. First and foremost, I should have done this years ago. Licorice tends to be a bit laminitic, and the shorter the grass, the more sugar is in it. So she should be in taller grass. And it's kind of hard to do that with the field split in half because of the amount of time it would take for the field to recover. Grass should be about 4 inches taller if you're going to have a laminitic horse on it. Of course, still would probably need a grazing muzzle on her. She hasn't had one on her for the past few months because sugar content has been down, and she's been fine without it. Hello, Brat. So, second reason is, with only having the horses on here a smaller portion and having the field divided into thirds, it gives the field additional time to recover, which is especially important in the drought, and also we're coming up to the time of year when the field doesn't grow as well. I'm only going to be mowing a few more times, and then I'm done for the year. And it's basically just the front to back. That's 3 weeks. I should have mowed it this morning. I'll talk about more of that later, why I didn't. So it gives grass more time to recover, and also for the manure that I spread, it gives it extra time to break down. If I was letting the horses in here, well, you can see where it is from the last time I spread. So, like I said, it gives it a little bit of extra time to break down, which is also means that you have extra time if there's any worm larvae in there. Less chance of it being ingested by the horses and turn into worms. Third reason, when I have the time to ride and I'm riding on the farm, I ride in my field. Now, when I had it split in half, each section was about 72, 73 by about 223. Of course, now you're thinking, well, yeah, but now you've got a smaller field. They're only about 72 by 135. But with the field split this way, I haven't done it yet because I need to do a little bit more work out here. If the horses are in the back pasture or in the front pasture, I can, if I want to ride in here, take down the wires that are separating the fields. That gives me an area of about 144 by 135. So that's almost a square. I can do a lot in that area. It's much easier than what I had in the other. And That's another reason to have it split this way. Of course, if they're in the middle pasture, then I'm stuck with just the smaller fields, which are about 72 by 135. Actually, even a little bit smaller because I have 15 foot on the side here so that they can get back. So if I just have the one area fenced off, then it's about 120 by 72, but it's still a good enough area. And the last reason is Friday. Normally when I come out here on a Friday, I get the field all cleaned and mowed, spread the manure, drag it. Well, we got some rain overnight, and it was too wet to do anything with it. Plus they were calling for more rain, which we never did get. So I wasn't going to be out here and spread the manure because of the weather. On top of that, I apparently threw out my back this week, and I was having all kinds of problems. Could only get dressed if I was sitting on the toilet with the seat down. It was hard getting in and out of vehicles. Couldn't wash my feet really the last time I got a shower because I couldn't get down that low without sitting on something, and I didn't feel like sitting on the edge of the tub to wash my feet. And that means that I don't have to rush quite as much to get it mowed. I may mow it tomorrow. I'm actually starting to feel better. So, and that is the last reason. So that's 4 reasons to have it like this. And I am liking how it turned out. Now there is admittedly a little bit more that needs to be done. These are the lines that separate the 2 sides. I need to put something on here so that they can hang on there when they're not being in use. I need to put a ring there like the ones that I have here, and then I need to get the wires strung across from there. Only the top one is electrified, so while I do have electric wire on the others, it's not really in use. Of course, if it needed be, I could do that, so I need to do that. Also need to put on the one that I have up here. I need to put a handle on this one. I do have the handle, it just was being used when I had the pen set up for licorice for that. So I had to get that out here and get that on here. And the last thing that I have to do, now this post up on the corner here is only up here temporarily. Hopefully next Friday or someday after that, we'll be able to finish up this fence line. When I had originally set this line up, it wasn't quite even with the post down there. Didn't find that out until I measured. And of course, posts weren't for the most part where they needed to be. I had dug the ones out in the center line, the others out by hand. The way you do that is post hole digger down next to it and dig straight down until you get to where it'll pull out. But I didn't feel like doing it with these last few. Plus I've got to get the grounding rod out. It does not belong there. I did get my rain gauge up. So, and one other thing that I did, hi pretty girl, she's still limping. Because of having the field set up the way I have it now, normally when I camp out here, I would run a rope from that walnut tree to that post and have another rope tied from the chicken pen to the fence up there so that I didn't have to worry about visitors scraping up against my tent. Well, I figured that wasn't quite fair to them to have that blocked off that much, Not only that, they wouldn't be able to get into the field. So I set up an area, just had the rope up for now so I could see how it was, where I can have a fire, I can set up my tent, I can camp, and not have to worry about them. I had thought about putting the aisleway on that fence line, but I decided because of the round pen being there, it was probably better off on this side. So I'll be having a fire on Sunday night and checking out to see how this works. So I might put the ropes up after I get this clean, just so that I don't have to worry about any horses coming in here and pooping. I don't like to have poop around when I'm relaxing with a fire. I don't want to step on it. So that's where I am, and gives me ideas for when I finally get my own place and I'm able to set up pastures, depending on how it is as to how I can set it up. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk at you later.